Hey guys, it's Upa here. So today we'll be talking about Ultimate Challenge 1. And you may be wondering why I'm suddenly going back to Ultimate Challenge 1 when I've already have a video for Challenges 2 to 8. And the reason for that is because I wasn't able to record my fight for Ultimate Challenge 1 the first time because when I first beat it, I did not know you were not allowed to replay it. And this is actually something I suggested for the dev team to add, and they did accept this request and was in the most recent dev update, so I'm hoping that this change will come soon. But in the meantime, I do have a workaround and footage to show how you can beat this boss. And so you can see that in the Infinite Magicraid Discord, I actually did ask a while back for the team requirements for Ultimate Challenge 1. So this is what you will see when you click Ultimate Challenge 1 and the requirements for the team. And I'll go through each of the slots and some options you can use. So going back to the game, the first requirement was Pursue and Attack. And Pursue and Attack is probably like one of the strongest tags in the game. And there are so many good options. So we have Kratos Villa, we have Nita as a decent free-to-play option, Jingle Bell, Chelsea, Marie, especially Marie's probably the best option, Lydia, Irato, and so many of the Unruly Outlaws characters. So the main focus of this boss as well is just to deal a bunch of damage, but of course you are going to need some support as well. So keep this in mind as I'm going through the characters and for you to form your team. So next we have this tag, which is Counter Attack. So Counter Attack is also decent. We also have Villa once again, Apsara probably the best option. And we have some other options like Hengi, Irato, Shaorin, Tyrell. Next we have Protection. So Protection's a bit limited in terms of choices. Free-to-play wise, you can use Luna perhaps. Otherwise, you do not have many amazing options. You have Hengi, who just had her limited time hero rerun banner, and Murongjing, which is the best option for sure. Next we have the Heal tag. Heal tag has characters like Santa, who is a good free-to-play option, so I think most people should be able to use him. Murongjing is also very good if you weren't already using him for the Protection tag. And you also have characters like Hanya. And for the last tag, we have Cleanse. So Cleanse has also a pretty limited choice of options. So we have Nordak, probably the best free-to-play option. I believe we have Murongjing again, Sotra, Tyrell. And I believe the team I used was something like Nordak, Marie, Apsara, Murongjing, and if I can check the heal tag, and Santa. So it was probably Apsara, Marie, Murongjing, Santa, and Nordak. I think that was the team I used, and I used the Unicorn pack. However, I am about to show you a much more free-to-play friendly team that was used. So once again, if you just need to take one final look, this is the team requirements. And as for a team that was used to beat it, I'm referring to this videos sent by Major Lee. So I was helping him a while back to help him clear this boss, and we can take a look at how he did it together. So I did ask for his approval for me to use this video, and he allowed me to use his footage for this video, so just credits to him and thank you. And because this is Discord, the video footage isn't too clear, but it should be clear enough for me to explain what's going on and the team he's using. So if you can't see clearly, he's using Lance, Irato, Luna, Ben Austin, and Marmello. For some reason that took me so long to remember his name, but yes, Marmello. And so Marmello, Ben Austin, and Luna are all free-to-play options, and Lance is not a limited time hero, so still fairly attainable, and Irato's the only limited time hero here, but you can replace her with other characters that you have. But more importantly, let's talk about the mechanics of the boss. So this is boss Hengi 3, and you might find it familiar because it's pretty much the same boss as the one from Spire of Fate. So the mechanics of the boss is simply that you have to alternate between using basic attacks, which is this one, and your special attacks, which is your special 2, special 4, or your arcane gem. So let's say on one turn you use a basic attack, the subsequent turn you will have to use a special skill, and vice versa. So if one turn you use a special skill, your next turn will have to be a basic skill. And you will also see this represented by the icons above the characters. So if there's a blue icon above your character, this means that the previous turn you took, you used a skill, which means subsequently you will have to use a basic attack. And on the other hand, if you see a red icon above your character, it means that the previous turn you took, you casted a basic attack, and your next turn you will have to do a special attack. So if that's not clear, let's just watch the video together. So you can see, for now, his Marshmallow is the one taking the turn, and there was no icon above the character, so he's free to choose whether he wants to use his basic attack or special attack, so it doesn't matter in this scenario. And upon using his basic attack, you can see the red icon has shown up. So now it's Luna, and this is where you can very clearly see how it works. So Luna has the red icon above her character, and this means that she now has to use a skill, if not the character will die. So he used his special 4, and now the icon is gone. So Luna will not die this turn. And now for Irato, there's a blue icon above the character, which means he just used a skill, and this turn he has to use a basic attack. And that's exactly what he does. So for Ben Austin, there was no icon above him, so he could use any skill, which he used special for. And you can see that most of it is basically just adhering to this mechanic of alternating between his basics and skills, and just trying to deal as much damage as you can and survive. This boss is decently tanky, so it may take a decent amount of damage, and your team has to be fairly strong in order to beat this. And if you're a newer player which cannot, don't be frustrated, because this is fairly late game content. So Irato is doing quite a lot of damage here. And like I said earlier, if you have characters like Apsara, which I use for my run, she will be very strong since she does record damage. And if you have Marie and Apsara together, you should find no difficulty in completing this boss. So very straightforward. You just need to look at the icons and use the correct skill or basic attack respectively. So once again, he has the red icon, which means he used a basic attack previously and now he has to use a skill. So he used a skill, the icon is gone. For Ben Austin, there's no icon above him, so he can use any skill he wants, or basic attack, and he used skill 4. So same with Lance. Lance has no icon above him, he can choose whatever attack he wants. Now we have Irato. Irato has the blue icon, which means he used the skill, and now he has to use a basic attack. And that's what he does. So just be very careful. You can always take your time and slowly think about what you have to do next. Now we have Luna, no icon, so she can use whatever she wants. We have Ben Austin. He had the skill blue icon, so now he has to use a basic attack, which is what he did. We have Marshmallow, blue icon, so he has to use a basic attack. And this, if once you understand how the boss works, it really is very simple to do because the mechanics is very straightforward. And you can see that he actually doesn't have that much survivability on the team. Only Luna really does much survivability. And I think and he does have the Deer Pet, which does help a little bit. But if you run something like Nordek, which is one of the possibilities, or Centaur, which is also a possibility, then survivability in this boss should be fairly easy. And so with that, he pretty easily managed to clear the boss in 7 turns. So congratulations to him. And yeah, it's a pretty straightforward boss once you understand the mechanics, and as long as you have a decent team to use. And that's all for today. Hopefully this Ultimate Challenge 1 guide was useful. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.